Hello, man here, and today we're looking at the Jellas Random Orbital sander here. In the box includes, of course, the sander, 18 different sanding discs, and a dust pouch. The sanding discs here, there is a couple of 60s, I've seen 80, 120, 240s, and 320s in here. Looks like there's about 3 or 4 of each, so a good selection of sanding discs. And then this piece of paper that says manual, not sure what that is, we'll just get rid of that. The orbital sander itself here has 6 different speeds, 1 through, and I guess it's technically more than 1 speed because you can adjust it anywhere between 1 and 6. First thing I noticed when I picked this up here, it does have a pretty good heft to it. Uses the standard hook and loop sanding pads here. These are 5-inch, I do believe. So your standard 5-inch discs go on the bottom there. So we'll be putting this to work here, Devin. We'll see once how it works. Perfect, everyone, because I've got a house here that needs lots of sanding, walls and trim and all that good stuff here. So let's see how this thing works. And just a quick weight check here before we get started. There's no sanding disc on this, by the way. So 2 pounds, 14.8 ounces. A little bit heavy compared to some of the other sanders I've used. Just wanted to make note of that. Also, for anyone wondering, it does not seem like you can hook up a standard shop vac to this. I tried a couple of different sizes here. I could not find one that would fit on the end here, so it looks like you are stuck using the included dust bag. Sander here for a little bit. I have to say it works really good and seems to have a lot of power. I've got a Bosch one over here as well I've been using. This thing does some serious sanding. I'm not sure if it's the weight or the style, but you can really do some sanding with this. And I'm only using it on maybe like between 1 and 2 here. I don't even have it cranked up that high. I ended up putting, I think it's a 180 grit sand pad on there compared to the typical 80 I use on that one. The 180 on this one seems to be doing a lot more than the 80 on that one. So this thing is really working good, happy with it. It is quiet, has maybe a 10-foot cord on it or so, something like that. So you get a nice good distance, whereas the other sander, again, you have to pretty much always use an extension cord with. So really liking it here so far. We've got some more sanding to do, so let's keep going. Okay, I've been sanding for about, I don't know, hour and a half here, and I gotta say, absolutely loving this new sander here. First things first, it is much more quiet than the old one here. This is a Bosch. I'm not sure what the model number is on it, but this one's loud. Like, you almost want to wear earplugs with this one. This one, everyone, you definitely do not need to wear earplugs. It is nice and quiet. Second off, the cord. About 10 feet long, I'm not exactly sure. Plenty of length to get almost anywhere you want in the room. This one here, you almost always need an extension cord. One thing I do like about this one though is you can hook it up to a vacuum. It does have one of these as well for the Bosch, but I do much more prefer the vacuum as opposed to the pouch. But that being said, the pouch does work. It does get the job done. Now when it comes to sanding, everyone, this thing really sands. I mean, like, really sands. This one here, I'm typically using like an 80 grit pad or so, and you really got to sand and sand, and finally you're done sanding. Now, this one, everyone, I put a 180 grit pad on this thing, and this thing is just ripping through whatever I'm sanding. I don't know why, but this thing really sands a lot more than this one does. I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, they're both random orbit sanders, but and for that matter too, I've got it like on speed 2 here. This one, you know, I did crank it all the way up to 6 once just to see what's. It's like, whoa, that's almost scary. And so I turned it back down. Like I said, speed 2 there, at least for what I'm doing, seems to work pretty good. So with that being said, I really like this new sander. Definitely glad they sent this to me to review. Definitely wouldn't mind even having another one of these maybe, because I was going to maybe buy a second one of these, but glad I didn't. This one is definitely, I would say, much better than the Bosch. So that's that, everyone. Thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below.